Okay, so what do you think between Baba and Ruto? Who will Who will climb the Mount Kenya?
Hey, uko tuko juu. We are not even climbing, we are at the peak.
Why?
You see, there's some things that if maybe, let me give consideration.
And allow me to interject. I have a problem with this debate. You can't keep on asking as if there are no other candidates in this election. As if there are no other candidates in this
even
election.
Wainga doesn't have a representative.
But why is the moderator asking between Ruto and Raila, who is capable of climbing Mount Kenya? Mount Kenya has a large farm. We can use it to plant.
No big deal, but you can tell us about you.
You want to do away with the
no.
bang?
No.
My friend Bana. Friend.
But you can continue.
Yeah, according to me, Ruto, as we speak, Ruto has 90% of Mount Kenya votes. That means we are at the peak. The 10%, I give it a benefit of doubt because of the choice of the mother I respect in this nation, Wangari Karua Mata. Because from the village where she was an MP for 20 plus years, she did well, and the people in that village, that constituency, really trust her, and they know who she is. So the 10% I give them for that. They can share it among the three remaining, but 90% is with us because Mount Kenya people, these are the people like wanasemanga kwetu that when you ukiweka Mkikuyu na pesa wanaendana, si ndio? And Mount Kenya feels that this is the guy that they feel that with their own enterprises, with their own innovations and creativity they have in mind to grow the business they have, the farms they have, the enterprises, to make it big. They saw that this guy has the best for the nation. And the nation, to narrow it down to the region, Mount Kenya region, they saw this guy can protect, can enhance, and elaborate what we have as our mind, as the mind of Mount Kenya individuals. Because there we have Mira, we have tea, we have all this cash crop. So they believe that through this economic model that Ruto is really campaigning so that we can achieve it as a nation, once he is here in the presidency, that all these people get empowered. Tuache kupanda miraa ya kukula, tuache kupanda miraa ya kufanya hapo kidogo, unaona? So that tuwe tukipanda hii kitu to enhance those small people. Because ukienda Meru, like few weeks ago I was in Meru. Those people, like they enjoy that thing. So you should enjoy even the fruit you get after planting. And the fruit is money. Mkikuyu atakuwa anafikiria pesa, nafanya hili nipate pesa. And the country has money. Country has the capacity to elaborate what they have. No. And they see that's the right man. And that's why I think they have bought our idea and wanajua ati huku ndo ni kuzuri.
Okay, let me ask you something. Martha Karua, she's the first lady to stand and vote for this deputy president seat, isn't it? So it might even affect the Kenyans na unaweza pata that votes mob zimeenda kwake.
Personally, I respect Martha Karua as a mother, because even I respect them at the same level I respect my mother. She has the capability and she's in the right position to give the vote. But now, you see, you can.
But AZIMIO will win.
AZIMIO cannot win.
Because of Martha Karua?
No. Martha Karua is not a mobilizer more than our Rigathi Gachagua. Yeah, he's not a mobilizer. Martha Karua is only a woman. If you can see all these rallies, those women are excited. Those women, they are excited. Kamala Harris in Kenya, you see such thing. How the people in America were excited about Kamala Harris. That's why you see Kenyans are not stupid. By the way, Kenyans are not stupid, and they believe. In fact, if it happens that Raila wins, it will be historic. You see, it will be historic. But according to me, Martha Karua, as it stands, if she had been the kingpin in Mount Kenya, if she would have been the voice in Mount Kenya. But right now, you see, everyone is debunking that I am. People are just stamping. Everyone. You see, even that day when the choice of Kindiki and Rigathi, people were complaining, people from Tarakaniti, but later it was just some few people that I don't know what happened with them, but they later realized, they came from realization and realized, oh, we are criticizing the right thing. This is the best guy for Kenya, Rigathi Gachagua. But I don't dispute Martha. Martha is a good lady and a strong one, and she's giving us a hard thing, but we believe we'll win.
I'm not a witch to start saying things, 90% or what. That one is left with voters. I'm not going to talk about percentage here because I've not done research about it. So that is left for people who just guess things, guessworks. They're best at that. But now to respond to the question that you asked who will climb the mountain? This question about climbing the mountain is a factor of many things that you have failed to address. One of the issues that you asked him, but he decided to rubbish it, was the issue about the gender. Not that other candidates don't have female, even his candidate have a female running mate. But I think the best question here that all of us need to ask ourselves is not about the female deputy. It's about what have you done as a female. Do anyone know anything about their deputy? She's a female. Even the Waigas vote as a female deputy, but do anyone know what they have done in this country? No one knows about them. They are just people who have come from somewhere.
Fresh blood.
Thank you. Even there's a public work, and for you to request that I be given opportunity, at least I must have done something that can prove that what I'm telling you is not far away from what I can do. Martha have done exemplary well in her legal career. Martha have represented many people in this country free of charge, pro bono, including his boss now, Right Honorable Raila Odinga. During the second liberation, people like Martha Karua used to represent Raila pro bono, free of charge. Because Martha believed in the rule of law, the constitution. And that's why he was fighting for all these things. When we talk about development of a country, we don't just talk about the infrastructural development. We even talk about the legal space. We talk about the democratic space. Who have fought for them? Martha have been there. When the female of this country see Martha and see people like Wambui and the rest, the distinction is there. Martha fought for this thing. Even if you put Raila's question away and tell Rigathi Gachagua and Martha Karua, Wambui and the one for Waiga, and ask them that now we are not having the presidential candidate. Let the four of you run as deputies. Presidents are now hidden somewhere, which is not a situation. Those are imaginations. But if you imagine that, who can carry the day? It's definitely Martha. So if you're looking at people moving from Mount Kenya, it's laughing, but when Rigathi Gachagua was in Inoro TV, Rigathi Gachagua himself made a revelation that Mount Kenya leaders are divided because of his appointment, and they are working on how to unite them. Professor Kindiki came out clearly and said he never wanted any appointment. So those are what Rigathi was saying. People are still divided about his appointment. And now they have talked to him. That's why he will have now been appointed as an agent. Are you seeing? So when we are talking about, again, second, apart from gender factor, we must also address the issue about Mount Kenya East and West. Those are fundamental questions in analysis of politics. You don't just rubbish them. Nyeri have produced the three heads of state, how many heads of state? Three that have come from Mount Kenya. Kenyatta was coming from where? Kibaki was coming from where? Where was Nani coming from? Uhuru Kenyatta. Same. But now we are having someone outside Nyeri County being recognized to run for presidency. You think these other counties are seeing them like they're just flower girls to them? Those are one of the decisions. Like now, other parts of Mount Kenya are feeling that now we are being included in decision making. You remember people like the National Assembly Speaker being inaugurated? It was just the fight about the East. You remember Munya? People from the Nyeri. Like all these factors are there to play. And now you are seeing once Martha was given, most of these people like Munya, who are now coming from this other side, are saying that, guys, we are now fighting for Martha. Tuko na baba na mama. Because they feel at least that discrimination that have been there for some time, that we can only be led, is now being demystified. One of our own is being given a quarter time. Mm-hmm. So if you're talking about climbing a mountain, politics is dynamic. What you have talked about 90%, if you're talking about 2020, I would have given him that. They had that. But now with the selection of Martha and other political appointees that Raila promised them, Raila said, like, he talked about tea and everything. What did Raila say? I'm going back. Agriculture is still given back to Munya. You are crying about agriculture because that's what you do better. I'm giving you Munya. Munya is there to help you. So you seeing? So even the political reward that Raila have given them is now shaping the change that people are seeing. When Martha was appointed, the rally was chaotic. People were talking ill about her. But after some times, did you see Martha in Nakuru? You saw Martha how he was welcomed in Laikipia? Things are changing. So they are very static in their opinions. What he talked about, if it was in 2020, I would have given them. But because I'm talking about 2 months to election, they're going to see fire. Raila, as it stands today, I'll still give him a genuine around 45% of Mount Kenya. But remember, Raila have been winning elections, in my view as a scholar, because they've been annulled by court of law, which I respect.
Only once.
That's my view. I'm saying that because 2007, even we had grand coalition government because of such speculations. We had the reports from people like the Kriegler report talking about 2007 election. But because they have not read all those things, they cannot admit, they don't know they exist. So when I'm talking about all these issues, you see now like that percentage is gradually increasing. And by the time of election, we are going to see much more. We have seen people like even Kindiki's brother again being pointed, Professor Isaiah Kindiki. You think Professor Isaiah Kindiki does not have followers? You think this lady, what's the name? Just listen, Muranga women rep, Steve James,
since
please listen.
2013, my
Please
friend.
listen.
Isaiah is a friend, long-time friend, since 2013.
Friend Raila, that's why I'm saying Raila have been contesting against Ruto and Uhuru combined. Mount Kenya was voting 90-something%. Rift Valley was voting 90-something% for the coalition. But still, there could be no a clear win. In 2017 was even annulled. And you're now today telling me that Raila is above 40% in Mount Kenya and election can still be won by Ruto? People should stop daydreaming. Those are facts.
So what about you?
Mhm.
They were Jacoya.
Wajakoya the 5th. So about climbing Mount Kenya, I think we also have our supporters. We have our supporters in all the regions, some from Mount Kenya. And I think we will also be very competitive against our opponents.
Are they handful?
We have we have very many supporters. We have very many supporters there. But to at least talk about these are the two camps. They recently released the opinion polls stated that Ruto was Ruto was ahead of Raila in central Kenya. But we can't substantiate such kind of polls. So we really don't know where they came from, and we don't know whether they are true or false.
And the same poll
Because those things can be created by anyone. Because we don't know the people who are interviewed or the people who voted either for both of the political divides. And I'm very bitter with such kind of people. Why didn't they give us a clear idea about my presidential candidate?
You are the part of 4.4 million that were undecided.
No, my people are already
About the
decided.
opinion poll,
You are the
People are
people-
I
already
join him.
decided.
That's why I talked about, I'm not going to talk about 90% or any other percentage. But speculatively, Raila stands above 40. Speculatively, get my words. I've not used any research. So when I'm talking about those research, a research should be something consistent. We cannot have in Kenya where only research that is done is who is popular in election. But we have the poverty index in Kenya. Our farms don't do. We are waiting for World Bank to do. We are waiting for IMF to do. But we have these firms that call themselves that they are research firms. We have, for example, the rate of unemployment, the state of economy. These people don't do this research. We are waiting for the ones that are being done somewhere to be brought to us. But this, the opinion polls are basically done so that the perception and the view of the voter can be swayed about the specific candidate. So from where I sit, even today, if I'm told Raila is having 90% by opinion poll, I'll not celebrate that opinion poll or I'll not post it. Those who have seen my post, I don't post opinion polls. I'll not post it. We are now. Even today, I saw someone from Tifa around Raila being 42, Ruto being at 38. I don't. Because you have raised a very good question about research. What about other candidates? Mumbi himself is coming from Mount Kenya, the deputy. But we are being told they were not decided. Where did those people vote? Like, it's not realistic.
Nonsensical.
That's what I'm saying. When it comes to opinion poll, I don't support opinion poll as a student because I think opinion poll requires a lot of segments. I need to talk about parameters. I use the following parameters. I did it in this constituency because if I'm talking about opinion poll, I need to talk about opinion poll in Kenya. And say, for example, in Nairobi, this is the number of people. Which method did I use to come at my sample? You don't say in Nairobi County, with a population of 2.5 million voters, you interview 100 people and make a conclusion that Nairobi County is so and so. I don't support. So I think what is being seen is what we hear people saying, and what like we make a view.
We have studied probability and statistics. Statistics is done by sample, not the whole population.
But you must
Sample
sample
size.
the population.
The alpha batch, no, what you don't know about them?
I know.
They are there to give you the sample that you need to use. So those are what I want those people to come. I use alpha and what? To bring this population to where it is. I don't just come and say, I use a sample of 100 where the real population is 2.5. One of the rules of sampling is that your sample should be reasonable.
If you're addressing me in a statistic man, not
I'm
an
telling
actuarial
you,
science
no
student.
problem. You can be a actual student
understand
who does
statistics
well
very
in
well.
class, but maybe you don't do well in practice. So maybe just allow us just talk about it. So when we're talking about those statistical means, is an actuary, I admit that. But if you talk about, for example, this, we have several systems of sampling. Did you use random? Did you use stratified? Which method did you use? Are you seeing? So you need to come with a all elaborated report. Then you need to tell me I did the same sampling, I did the same statistical method 1 month ago. It was this. Now this month is this. The following month is this. I cannot be waiting for the last 5 years, then come up and with a statistical method and say that this thing was very statistical. For example, look at what they do in parliament. Saying like people like Milio Diambo don't talk in parliament. And it's a research that is being there in the public. The other time, Milio Diambo was very mad. Like, the statistics in Kenya and the research department in Kenya need something to be done to them. We are even hailing in economy. Agriculture is not doing well. Do those research where people can talk to you. Publish them in the document. Economic scientists come with those things. Tell us that you've called himself an actuary. Let them do the projection scientifically. Not 90, because now if you told him which percentage did you use to get 90%, he cannot. Which formula? He's just talking about we are 90. Which parameters did you use to get 90%? So these are the people that we are trying to demystify because you have gone to school.
You can visit me, I'll analyze it for you. Keenly and in a very formal manner.
Even
You'll see
the
it.
Nairobi governor one day purported that he was analyzing some models. Later we noticed something. The aspirant, that is Sakaja, when we are talking about the allocation of funds, he purported to be the statisticians in those days. Later we came to know otherwise. Thank you.
You have your right to say
Lying to
anything.
Kenyans. Lying to
Lying to
Kenyans.
Kenyans. Like,
Lying to Kenyans.
what you guys is doing, you're just trying to tarnish everyone's name to be like, okay, this guy is a devil, an evil. Okay, we have no problem. Kenyans will come and vote the devil they know than the angel they are claiming to be good. Kenyans are not stupid. I've told you that since the beginning of this year until to date. And 9th, you still have my word. And 10th, you'll call me and tell me, my guy, you are right.